Now let's turn our focus to England, to the bleakness taking hold in Manchester, and I'm not talking about the weather there. I mean the bleak tidings coming from the city's legendary football club, Manchester United, or Man United as they're called. They have announced another round of layoffs. 200 more people are set to lose their jobs at the club. 250 others were fired a few months ago. This club was once a footballing powerhouse. Now it is laying off people to fix finances. And in a bizarre twist, their management has taken the axe to an unexpected target, the United staff canteen. Gone are the days of free lunches for the staff. Instead, they will now be offered one free fruit. And the knowledge that they could be following their lunch out the door. Here's our report.
Manchester United are the most successful club in English football. Even today, that record stands. United have won 20 top-flight titles, one more than their arch-rivals Liverpool, though that could change this year. But, at least for a few more months, United remain alone on top of the charts. However, you probably wouldn't think that was the case, considering the news emerging from the storied stands of Old Trafford. Look at this headline. Manchester United have closed the staff canteen. The club is desperate to save money. So desperate, it'll deny its long-time staffers a decent meal. Instead of lunch, they'll be given a solitary piece of fruit, apparently free of charge. But let's see how long that lasts. Because the Man United bigwigs are on a mission to pinch every penny they possibly can. Axing the staff canteen is projected to save a 7-figure sum, basically about £1 million. This might sound like a trivial amount for a club of Man United's stature. However, it's anything but. You see, decades of financial mismanagement have led the club to its current predicament. Their coffers have been bleeding since the early 2000s, since the club was taken over by the much-loathed Glazer family. And, like with most tales of destitute nobility, the problem was identified too late. United kept winning titles, so the growing rot was overlooked. The seriousness of the problem only became apparent much later, after Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013 and the titles dried up. Then there was nothing to paper over the cracks. Things came to a head in the 2019-2020 season, when football stadiums were closed to the public because of the coronavirus pandemic. Ticket revenue dried up, and United recorded a financial loss. It was the first of 5 years of ruin. The club has been making losses every year since. This has been for a number of reasons. United makes exorbitant debt payments, courtesy the Glazer takeover in the early 2000s. Then there are the astronomical wages, even for some mature players like the Brazilian Casemiro. Man United had figured a while back that something had to be done, so part of the club was auctioned off. Jim Ratcliffe, Britain's one-time richest man, bought a minority stake in Man United last year. He injected millions in exchange for about 30% of the club, and he was expected to be their saviour. But his tenure has also been marked by mismanagement. Look at this. Exceptional items cost United £14.5 million. Quite ambiguous, right? Well, this amount is for severance fees. Ratcliffe fired former manager Erik ten Hag in October and gave him over £10 million as a goodbye present. Then Ratcliffe fired another top staffer, United's former sporting director. The man was given the boot in about 5 months, and despite the short tenure, his severance was over £4 million, or 4 staff canteens worth. You can see how the financial mismanagement continues at Man United, and how ordinary employees are paying the price. 200 of them are about to get fired. This is over and above the 250 fired by Ratcliffe last year. And that won't be the end of it. Fans will face the brunt too. Ticket prices will be hiked to £66 per game, with no discounts for children or the elderly. It's that bad. And it will get worse. Man United currently sit at 15th place in the English Premier League. There are just 12 matches to go this season. If they don't improve their standings, the club could lose another £20 million. So it seems that the bleak days in Manchester have only just begun.
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically, in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.